Hello and welcome from Porterfield Ballpark. I felt it was appropriate to be in the finest baseball facility in Southwest Virginia as we recognize three awesome young men today. I'm going to start with Aaron Richardson. Aaron, before I start in on you, I really want to thank your parents, Susie and Greg, for their persistent support of the North Cross baseball program. Your involvement has made such a positive impact on the team as a whole and especially in Aaron's development as a fine young man and a baseball player. Aaron, I want you to look at your parents today. I want you to hug them and thank them for the sacrifices that they made to get you through North Cross and headed off to college. Okay, Aaron, I wish I could look you in the eye today and thank you for your 7 years as part of the baseball program. Your baseball career at North Cross began long before the 6th grade as part of the baseball camp when you were in lower school. I remember those days, and I know I was excited to know that you were going to one day play for me, even when you were about 3.5 feet tall. Our dinner table talk during the weeks of camp would revolve around the funny comments, personalities, and skills of the campers, and I specifically remember your speed and your smile. You would quietly go about your business, and you even then had an intensity that not many of your peers at the camp had at the time. Well, you're not so quiet anymore. You've learned to speak up, sing, and dance too, specifically on the bus. I never thought that I'd see you get so excited about Tipsy, but stranger things have happened. On a more serious note, you're more than just a player on this team. You're truly a leader. I've watched how hard you've worked to improve your fundamentals, and especially these last couple of years, taking your fitness and strength to a whole new level was inspirational. And that was the little extra ingredient that took your game to the next level too. You had 20 stolen bases last season, and you had line drives to the gap. Particularly my favorite was right center field. And watching you move to the ball in the infield with your speed, quickness, and soft hands was just awesome. You field the ball like a college player, and the confidence that gives us as coaches and your teammates made everyone around you better. When the coaching staff talked about captains for this season, you were an automatic because of your day-to-day focus, intensity, consistency, and especially your positivity. Even as you worked through some hitting frustrations last season, every day you would show up with a smile on your face and a renewed desire to work harder and get better. Your personal impact made practice productive and fun. All these great attributes you had add up to me knowing you will be successful wherever you choose to target your energy and effort. Which brings me to say, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life for all these years. It has been a privilege and a joy, and I hurt that we could not go through this last season together. My predictions for your stats this season include a .395 batting average with 16 extra base hits, 24 stolen bases, and absolutely no errors. I wish you the best of luck at Virginia Tech and know that you will be in my thoughts and prayers. Hello and welcome from Porterfield Ballpark. This truly is the finest facility to play baseball in Southwest Virginia. And we're here to honor our three seniors today, and I felt it was appropriate to be here on site. John Moore, you're up. John, before I start in on you, I want to thank your parents, John and Brenda, for bringing you to North Cross School. I remember the conversation, all the questions out on the field when I first met you and your family that day. They obviously love you and want to give you the best opportunity to move forward. And I want you to make sure you give them a hug and thank them for the support and sacrifices that they've made, not only to bring you to North Cross, but to give you the tools and character that they've instilled in you. So John, 3 years at North Cross and on this team. It is so hard to know that I will not get to watch you play this spring, and in particular, pitch. I'm very glad we began our fall program so that we had the opportunity to see you pitch as a senior this past fall. Watching you mow down the Sharks in North Carolina was inspiring, and I'm sure a taste of what was to come this spring. As I reflect upon your career, I can't help but think about this tall, quiet, and driven kid that showed up on the doorstep of Porterfield. Your presence on this team and in this program is measured by your quiet confidence and determined spirit to make a difference every time you step out here. I realized very early how inwardly driven and committed you were to improve your game. It's humbling to think of the countless hours you spent on this field in the evenings and on the weekends, and I believe your father was here for quite a few of those hours. I can confidently say that they've paid off. When we started back this spring, you were visibly stronger and had more velocity, and although I hurt to know that you could not strut your stuff with us this year, I'm hopeful that Ferrum gets to enjoy the benefit from all your hard work. It was hard work that helped you improve with every start last season. Watching every time you stepped on the hill, it was better than the last. And that resulted in your 3-1 record and earning the King of the Hill award for the Raiders. I want to remark about your versatility before I finish up. I know that you loved the infield, but it was a joy to watch you float effortlessly to the ball in the outfield and have the same effortless line drive throw to the base of your choice. And I want to say thank you for being a true ball player wherever your coaches chose to play you on any given day. You are a true gentleman, and on and off the field, including your respectfulness of the coaches. Even though you were not a captain this year, I was so impressed with how you took the role of leadership seriously. And thank you for being undeterred in leading this team. My prediction for your stats this season include 40 innings pitched, 50 Ks, a 6-1 record, and an ERA of 2.20. Oh, and also a batting average of 350. We know that would have really improved this year. And I wish you all the best at Ferrum, and know that you will be in my thoughts and prayers as you leave. Thank you. Good afternoon, and welcome to Porterfield Ballpark. We truly have the finest baseball facility in Southwest Virginia, so I thought it was appropriate that we would honor our seniors by being out here today. Nick, Carrie, you're up. Before I talk too much about you, I want to say thank you to your parents, Julie and Chris. What amazing supporters they've been to this program, and in many ways. I'm not going to go into all those ways right now because this is about you, but know that you have great parents. And they've had to make a lot of tough decisions and sacrifices to get you where they are, to get to where you are today. And know that you can be a tough case sometimes. So give them a hug today and tell them thank you for loving and supporting you through this last 4 years. So Nick, like I said, it's been 4 years here and on this team. I know it's a hard pill to swallow not stepping on the mound and mowing down your opponents this year, especially after working so hard to improve your fitness and velocity these past few months and years, but in particularly after your junior season, I think you really saw what you're capable of doing and wanted to take it to the highest level possible as a senior, and know that your coaches recognize that. I remember clearly the first time I met you and how impressed I was by your inner confidence and your desire to get better. That year was your first year back from a pretty horrible leg fracture, and seeing how you threw the ball, came back from that and threw the ball, and the ease of your pitching motion, I knew you were going to be an impact player for this team. I said to myself, this goofy little kid is got a lot of potential. And you weren't that little as a freshman. But at the end of the season, I remember telling our coaches that when you're a senior, by the time you're a senior, you're going to be our number one guy on the hill. And actually, you were our number one guy on the hill as a junior. So you proved me wrong, and you took it to the next level. You threw also last year for more innings and decisions in a season than any other pitcher at North Cross School. You had 11 decisions, and you threw for 54.1 innings. You were the guy that we relied upon to put us in a position to have a chance to win. And because of that, we not only had a winning season, but that got us into the state tournament, our first year in Division II. So that was quite an accomplishment. And that would not have happened without you putting us on your back and carrying us through the season. You also were the MVP And again, all this was because your toughness, work ethic, and your grit. So thank you, Nick. The maturity and determination that got you out of that hitting slump last year and propelled you to a pretty amazing hitting streak to finish the season is that same maturity and determination that changed you over these last few years into a fine young man and a leader for this team. Which brings me to your senior year and being a captain. You have grown as a person who takes initiative to get his teammates out on the field for extra practice, and you gave solid input to your coaches. I've really appreciated your input to me personally when I've asked. I've relied upon you to give me insight into the team and suggestions on how we can do things better, and I would thank you for that. That growth and maturity is why you were chosen as a captain. I'm excited for you and your future, knowing that when you take something seriously and you go for it, you have a passion that carries you through. And that passion that you've shown for baseball will definitely bring you through the many challenging times that you will face as you move forward and everything that you do. My prediction for your stats this year includes 60 innings pitched, 75 strikeouts, a 2.0 ERA, an 8-2 record, and a batting average of .425. I wish you all the best at Elon and know that you will, and know that you'll be in my thoughts and prayers. Thank you, Nick.